Cue the music. Welcome to the SCAV Report, the SRP. How are you doing, Mr. President? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, a long work day, so don't make fun of me. I'm in a suit. We wanted to record the podcast, so I had to. I feel
just so underdressed here with my, my Guggen Squad fishing shirt.
You're probably a lot more comfortable and feel a lot more refreshed.
Hey, man, but you're looking sharp. You're looking sharp there. I like it. I like it. Every once in a while, you got to dress up a little bit. Got to feel a little good.
You got to protect the president.
You are Mr. President. So
I know
who's
Mizzle
protecting you.
Mizzle would be impressed. You know, I've made him a mod of my channel, and I gotta look the part if you're gonna call me the president.
Yeah, I mean you do, and we follow Mr. President around here. We don't want to make him upset. He's getting in his. Well, you can't even be president yet, so it's like you're not there yet. Could almost be. So pretty soon you'll be the age where you could be the president.
I think I'm old enough, right?
What is it? 40.
Oh, I don't even listen.
35?
We're really
Yeah,
we're ruining our. This is why we play video games. It's a break from.
Prove how good of Americans we are with American history.
It's a break from all the politics. I don't want to talk about all that stuff. That's why I play video games.
Well, it gives a little break there. So, how have the raids been? Like, how have you been doing in Tarkov? I know how I've been doing. I don't know how you've been doing because we haven't played much together.
Yeah, you keep avoiding. You've fallen in line with the Fortnite. But it is fun. I'll give you this. I'm the one that told you to play it, so I can't make fun of you too much. And the zero build is a lot of fun.
Well, so I think it's just been the amount of news about things that aren't happening has just kind of caught up to me in Tarkov. Like I don't feel like I have enough time to get to any of the things I want to do in the game.
Yeah.
And mindlessly running in and out just doesn't appeal to me in that type of game. Like if I'm not really working on the quests, I'd rather go play a battle royale to just drop in real fast because there's so much time in between raids. Like you got to clear everything out, find a new and you have to keep up and do all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like I'm burnt on when is it gonna come? When are we gonna get something? When is it gonna happen?
It's funny that you say that because if you remember a week ago, I reset my account because we know that the wipe's coming, and I'll say this. I was starting to feel like you feel now, and by resetting my account to practice the beginning game again, it is a lot of fun. Like I'm having a lot more fun again.
So I did that with the hardcore account, and I actually I want to, for streaming out there now, I really want to like focus maybe one of my days, maybe even 2 of my days that I get to stream on just the hardcore account only. But I think I'm gonna modify some of the rules. Just to fit my skill level. Like I'm just not good enough. Like in all honesty, it's so hard. I might actually just open it up to where I can only use stuff from traders and I can use my rubles. Like I think that's just what I'm gonna change. In it. So I can buy ammo. I can get a decent gun.
Maybe you should have just tried did you think about doing a 0 to hero type thing?
So I thought about doing that, but it just seemed like a lot of factory runs to make that work, and I just didn't want to go into factory that many times. Because whenever I watch it, they're always running factory in order to do it. And I kind of want to play the game, but just take the flea market out of it, and kind of like what you were talking about. Like I just want the grind of finding the stuff in raid, but I don't want to do it with scav runs. Like I think that's the big key. Is let's do it without my scav. I'm always going in on my PMC. That way I have to fight people and it's not just the endless, let me just search for stuff. There's going to be some more difficulty, but allow myself to take advantage of at least the traders. And then maybe after the next wipe, when we actually grind through it, feel a little bit more comfortable, then it's time to start the Pestily hardcore. Cause I went straight in full on Pestily rules. And I did okay, but it's I can see
you feel
where
like you stall out faster because you're at the skill level.
Yeah, like at this level, I feel like what happened was I got like 2 sets of gear, and then I hit like 4 raids in a row where I died instantly, and there's nothing you could do about it. Like it was just call it what it is, hackers, whatever. I don't think it was hackers. I think I just lined up with some. I had tier 3 armor on, they had tier 5 armor on, and I lost the gunfight because I'm using lower end guns and only the ammo that I can find. So like it's not like I can even pick decent ammo to even take these fights to guys that have better armor, because I'm only finding what's on the ground and what's coming off of scavs, which isn't great. So I think like just adding me being able to use the flea market, not the flea market, using the traders,
yeah,
and I can only and that requires me to do their quests, make sure I'm doing those, make sure I'm unlocking them as fast as I can. But I'm still got to grind to find stuff on the ground because they don't have the best stuff in this game.
So it is kind of like a 0 to hero. You're just not using the flea market.
Yes. Yeah. I just think if you leave the flea market out of it and just do it from there, I think I might change the rules a little bit for that and not really do a hardcore. I don't know what you'd end up calling. I guess 0 to hero is the better name for it at that point. But I just don't want to use the flea. I did it on my main account. Like I used the flea as soon as it opened. I grabbed everything I could off of it, and I built out my my hideout from the flea market. Like I didn't find anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I would do days of just scav runs. Literally fill both junk boxes up and my entire inventory, and then spend a whole day selling it off. Like literally, I'd be working on one side, and like I'm working on the flea market, post a couple of things. All right, now I'm at work, and then it's like, okay, everything's sold. Let me come back over here, post a couple things.
Yeah,
that's the whole day.
Yeah.
And then I got 29 million rubles, and then from there I just bought everything I needed, and hey, I've got a full hideout. Like it was over. Like I'm done.
I got another question for you, Ender. We've taken off on the SCAV Report podcast, and we do a number of other podcasts. So for you and I to do this, it's more about finding the time. But once we get settled in, like we pretty much talk about whatever. But do you feel like the SCAV Report in general, making the channel, trying to blast out videos, do you feel like it overwhelmed you and kind of ruined the game a little bit for you?
I don't know if I don't think it ruined the game. I think I would have been involved in the news anyway.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, I think I would have been involved in the news. I'd be watching it, and we would be having the same conversations.
You just wouldn't be making a video.
I wouldn't be making the video. And making doing the podcast, that's easy. Like we would be doing this anyway. We would just have the game on playing rather than recording it with you in a suit.
Where you'd be yelling at me a lot more.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm kind of yelling at you a lot here too, so I don't think it's that much different. So I think we'd be having the same conversations in the podcast are different, but making the videos the way I was making them, that kind of I got burnt out there. So the SCAV Report isn't going to have as many videos on the YouTube page. I'm going to try to actually start doing them more. Kind of going back to our other podcast where we talked about streamers, Ludwig style, where he segments his streams and then just cuts them up more. So I'm going to try to do like the first 30 minutes of my stream is going to be me just literally setting up to do the 5 to 10 minute video. And then I'm going to probably try to play whatever game afterwards and then just cut it up, during the week. And I'm not going to worry about being the first guy to put it out there. I think I was too worried about getting the content out there fast because these guys, they're playing all day long. Like you got One Peg, who's the one that I mainly watch. You got the Nice Guy. You got a couple other ones. I can't think of their name off the top of my head.
Jesse Kazam.
And they're like,
Veritas.
Hey, let me stop my daily stream of my job, make a video, then I'm going to come back to my stream.
I mean, some of them even make the videos live and then post it.
They do.
You're watching them on Twitch post their video, and they're like, "Hey, what should I put in the what should the thumbnail look like?" That's like some of their content. I've watched streamers do that, and it's actually interesting. It's kind of what got me into wanting to do some of this stuff, was watching them do that separately besides just playing the game.
Yeah, so I think even now, I know we're not doing this one live, but I think even like for the SCAV Report podcast, it might just be our Thursday night start. You know, we might as well just run it. I'm not, I feel we both could broadcast the same thing at the same time. We could figure that part out, and I send you over the overlays, and we run it both on our stream, because this is one of your streaming days, so we're taking time from your ability to stream to do this. So like we could do that as just the front end, and like you had said before, like I'm just gonna hit the record button and click it off in Streamlabs and click it right back on, and then I have my clip, it's done, and I can just go piece them back together for anything else I have.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I think that's gonna be the path forward for like what we're doing here, just to keep up with. Honestly, once the wipe comes, I think the content will come super easy for us because we'll be playing a lot again. But like right now, honestly, like playing with my other group of friends that are all out playing Fortnite, that's been more fun. It honestly has, than going into Tarkov.
I feel like you just said playing with other friends is more fun.
Well, you played last night, so you were part of that group.
I know,
so you can't really say you're not part of that group. But I'm just saying, like, if I was going to sit down and only have 2 hours to play, I don't know if I want to put those 2 hours in Tarkov right now, because I kind of feel at this point I'm never going to make it to where I want it to be.
You know, it's funny. We do have a couple of other new players right now. Wright reset his character as well, so he's kind of like with me, and he's been gone for a while. He's going to come back, and he's going to enjoy the early game grind. But Shadow is not. He's right around level 15, just opening up the flea market. And what I find interesting about Shadow is he is a new player who loves the grind and wants to go all the way to the end. That's what he's going to want to do. And I read all these comments on Twitter, when's the wipe? And then other people are bitching, saying the only people that want to wipe are veteran players that are at the end game. Like, no new player wants the wipe. But we're all new players, and we all want the wipe. So I don't know who those people are.
I think true gamers want the wipe, because we want to reset and see what our skill set looks like against even people in the game. That's the beauty of like a battle royale or a Call of Duty or a Halo, is that regardless of when you step into the game, it's an even fight. You got the same guns, you got the same amount of hit points, you got the same hit boxes. It's skill on skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, it's not always that way. Like I've got some clips of, where like there's nothing I can do. If I run into a Chad that's decked out with an Alton, tier 6 armor that's covering chest, stomach, thorax, and arms, and I didn't bring anything to just try to blow his legs away, I'm gonna get smoked. Like there's just nothing I can do at that point. Whereas like even in Fortnite or Call of Duty or something like that, like I just pick up the game however long I've been away from it and step in right where I was before. Give me a couple days to get the feeling back, but I'm still playing good. We're winning in Fortnite. We've never played Fortnite. We win at least once or twice a night, like. Because we're good at shooters.
We get absolutely wrecked. But.
Oh yeah, I mean you're always gonna get that. I mean I can't beat a 9-year-old. Like I know that. Like that's not gonna happen. I was playing with my nephew, Fortnite with my nephew, and I know this is a Tarkov podcast, but I told like literally he was like, "Why are you playing the no build mode?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm old.
Better.
Yeah, it's better."
Yeah, the build really. I mean, I liked Fortnite back in the day, but that build mode. Yeah. I'm just not good. I'm not good. I'm not fast enough.
No,
I'm not good enough. I don't think quick enough.
But the funny part was he was like, "Can we at least play build once?" And I was like, "Fine, we'll go ahead and play build mode." And he was building for me, and man, I felt like a god. Like no joke. Like he was like, "I'll just build. You just worry about shooting people," because he can't shoot. Like, one thing we're running into in the no build mode is like, dude, there's some people that have some bad aim. I don't know if they're bots out there or what that are playing.
I mean, listen, if anyone watched your stream last night, I don't know if you should be talking about bad aim. One time.
And you know what? The aim was so good that I put them right on their ears.
Yeah, you outlined his entire head.
I didn't want to kill him. I wanted him to be away. I wanted him to be nervous.
He was right in front of you.
No. He wasn't right in front of me. He was at least.
He was within 10 feet.
No. He was at least 12 feet. Yeah, at least 12 feet.
Maybe. He was across the street.
And I just wanted to let him know that if I wanted to, he'd be dead. And he knew.
The only way he knows that you were that close is if he was watching your stream.
He knew that I was outlining him. That's how good I have gotten. Is I cannot kill people and be good at the game. That, you're not even there yet. You don't even know how to play that way yet, James. Like, you just don't even worry about that.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is, like, we've run into like so many people that, like, without building, you can tell they're just completely out of their element in that game mode. Then you can tell the builders from not. And then you run into the guys that are like us that have been in the Call of Duty for a while, and then it's like, oh, okay, you know how to play a shooter, you know how to use all these different things. And that was like the one clip that we had. It was me, Trex, and Ark. We were all in a house, and here are these guys trying to knock the walls down, and we're just like opening doors and blasting them. I'm like, these guys have never played in a building where like knocking the walls down wasn't a thing. Like, cause we're just like wrecking them by using cover in the doors, just like we play in Modern Warfare and in Warzone. So it's interesting, but again, back to Tarkov. I think, for me, the content, all of that together, and then just the, like, is it coming? Is it not coming? Is it coming? Is it not coming? It's like, I don't really care. But at this point, I would almost rather them just not say anything and drop it on me.
Yeah.
And I would probably still be playing, but all the speculation has got me in that same mode as a lot of other people of like, am I just wasting my time? And it's not a waste of time. I'm learning how to do the quest. And the next time I would be there, but like, I'm at the point to where, some of the quests are, just what I think are completely outrageous quests to do.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah.
And it's like, it's all the Jaeger quests. That's a question I have for you. Do you feel the Jaeger quests are just ridiculously difficult for end game at the levels we are?
Yeah, I think that yes, I think that they're too hard, but the problem is it feels like some of the quests were just put in the game to give people something to do, and they never really went and overhauled the system. Now, I could be wrong because this is our first wipe, and I don't know the history of it, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Now, I know they have been changed, and like they were even harder before, and some of them were harder, some of them were easier.
I can't even imagine them being harder.
Like it just I guess they're not technically harder to do, but they're more kills, which makes them harder. So like one of them is the I think it's the trauma effect that you have to have on you, and you have to have a trauma effect. So basically, you have to go in and break your legs or break a bone and break your mic at the same time.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, tighten it down, man.
I don't know. It's tight.
Come on, Mr. President. The president doesn't do his own mic. Like, come on. Where's your mic guy?
I need IT.
Come on now.
You're the mic guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm failing. I got you the cam. I can't get you everything.
I mean, I have an Elgato mic. I think it's a nice mic.
No, I have it. I got one sitting over here behind me too. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to use that one for my wife's setup. So she's going to be getting into streaming here soon. So that's.
Is she going to be playing Tarkov with us?
No, she's going to be doing just all the classic Mario games and stuff.
Oh,
Switch
yeah, nice.
stuff.
Nice.
That's her thing. So she's going to do like, I told her she just needs to restart Mario Odyssey again and just do a full clear. She'll get a ton of people. Like, she's cleared everything in that game. Or where was I? I forgot. I lost my train of thought there when your mic started breaking.
The task with Jaeger and everything.
Oh yeah. So one of them is you have to like basically break your legs, get the trauma effect, and then kill 2 PMCs with headshots. That I've been on that quest for probably 2 weeks into us starting the game.
It reminds me of some of those achievements like in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, or not Cold War, just Black Ops in general. Do you remember the achievement? I'm an Xbox player, so I don't know if you were playing on what you were playing on back in the day, but there was one of these achievements that was like, get a kill by dropping the care package on a team.
Yeah, I remember that one. I do remember that one specifically. Like, really?
Like, they're just like dumb. They're so situational.
But that doesn't affect you in the game. Like,
no, correct. But this is kind of the same thing. Like, you can't. I mean, that affects people that are achievement hunters. And back in the day, I was a huge. That's all. One of the reasons I played games was try to get all the achievements.
Yeah, but if you had that one, you were a god. Like, that's the beauty of it.
I platinum or I don't know what it's called for Xbox, but I finished all the achievements always and all the Call of Duties back then. But it's kind of like it's like that, right? You've got to break. First of all, you've got to break your legs, get into this trauma, in the hopes that you will find someone to shoot.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like you're going after scavs here, like where it's like I can understand if it was a scav task because a lot of his are scav tasks in the beginning, and you do roll through them pretty fast, but they're not easy. Like going in there with no armor.
They're just, to me, they're dumb. Yeah. They're pointless. Like, why do I need to? And that's why I feel like they were placeholders, right? Like one of the early ones. I don't even know if it's Jaeger, but it's like be dehydrated for 5 minutes.
It's all
gotta go in with your condensed milk, and then you drink your condensed milk, and then you just lay in a bush for 5 minutes, and then you rehydrate yourself and move on.
Yeah,
and then you have to extract. Like that to me is just encouraging me just hiding in a bush.
Yeah,
because the only reason I'm going to make that task harder is if I give myself rules.
Well, and it's all
okay.
This,
I'm going to try to do the hide. My video this week on YouTube is trying to do the dehydration task while killing 3 PMCs and 2 scavs in the process.
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to drink water.
My whole problem with it now is it's holding me up. It's held me up in the game from getting, being able to like just buy the scope that I want, like that I like to use. Like he doesn't give it, and I have everything. I have all the money sold to him. I'm the right level. I'm just waiting for his reputation to be there. But I've got all of these things that I just cannot complete. I finally got one done. And now, like, I don't mind the ones like I have, like, the newest one that I have from him is I need to kill 3 PMCs in dorms. The reason why I don't mind that one is because PMCs go to dorms.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna rush dorms, and you're gonna be able to fight PMCs that are in there. Almost every single raid on customs, you're gonna find PMCs in dorms. That one I'm okay with. Like, that makes sense. Like, okay, here's a high traffic area. I need you to go in there and kill somebody from it. But it's not like kill 3 PMCs in dorms with a hatchet while you're dehydrated with a broken left leg and make sure that you have a concussion and you're wearing no helmet. Like, it's not ridiculous. I can go in there decently geared, knowing I'm going to be up for a fight, because it's going to be a fight in there.
Yeah.
And knowing I'm going to probably run into somebody because it's in a high traffic area. And I'm even okay with the one where he wants you to get 6 kills in the office area on factory.
Yeah.
Because again, I know I'm going to run into people there, and it doesn't limit me on like, I have to have a broken leg, or I have to be dehydrated, or I have to have all these other stupid things. Killing PMCs are hard enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've just finished that one because I did it kind of little, ratty, where I took an auto shotgun, flechette rounds, and decked myself out in the best armor I could and sat in a corner. It worked. People were not happy, but it worked. It only took three runs through, and I was done.
Okay.
But still, I had to get to the level that I could do it.
It's still, to me, it's still not a fun task.
No, it's not a fun task, but it's one that anyone could do. You can find the armor that you need. It's not like I couldn't get the armor. When you have the right armor set, you can go in and do it, and you're there. But it doesn't. It's not immediately making the game harder than it needs to be by the trauma. It's just the trauma effect one. It's like, why the hell do I have to go in there with a broken leg, heal my leg?
It's just not fun to you.
It just doesn't. It doesn't hold to like anything in the game that I think the game values. Like, why would you want to come in hurt? Like, the whole point is to get in and get out without hurt, finding gear the best that you can. Like, it's not like, hey, come in here hurt, and we're going to go ahead and do that. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't make any sense.
It's just one of those things. I think at the point in the game where I'm at, I think if this was 2 weeks into the wipe and I was at this quest, I don't think I'd have a lot of problem with it.
Really?
I think I could find PMCs that were not as geared, and I would be able to go in and maybe get lucky in factory a couple times. But if I mean, I honestly think I could do it in factory now. If I can get to a spot that I know I can hold with a broken leg. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I can get to where I have to go with the broken leg fast enough before scavs are on me and another PMC just runs me down. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, I kind of want to do it in woods and you try to snipe, but if you did it that way, now you can't like hold your gun still, and headshot is already hard enough. And that's the thing, like headshots. Like, it has to be a headshot.
If you hit them in the thorax by accident or whatever,
yeah, you don't get it. Like if you sprayed a shotgun in it, the one pellet happened to kill them in the arm instead of the head. Like, all 5 pellets hit the head, but the sixth one hits the arm, and it gives you the arm kill.
It's dumb.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So
that's super dumb.
Wanted to see how you felt on that. I think we land on the same spot as they're just a little overly aggressive for what they are. And I agree with you. I think they're placeholders. I don't think they really have anything to do with like really lore of the game, unless Jaeger's supposed to be this ultimate badass hunter in the woods guy that you would want, survivalist, but I just don't feel that way.
So do you think when they finish this game, or finish is a strong word, but open up streets and start doing this stuff with the traders they keep talking about doing, and maybe in-game traders, that you're going to see some of those changes and some of those, like, could you see in the future where a wipe happens and everyone goes in to do their beginning task and they're like, whoa, wait a minute, these are not the tasks I've been doing for the last 3 years. What is happening? Could you see that where it changes dramatically and everyone's shocked?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think I would put anything,
because that's essentially the storyline, and they keep saying that when they release Streets, it's going to have a storyline.
Yeah, I don't think I'd put anything past them of where they could just redo all the quests, but I think that'd be a lot of work. Like, it'd be, well, actually, it really wouldn't be that much work, because it's just kind of like a quest line with, you're just changing text. Like, I'm trying to think of like the dev work that they would have to do, but really you're just kind of changing text in your check marks. So it's all variable changes, which aren't that difficult.
I mean, what I'm saying is that there's a different way to level up traders, and that the tasks that you're doing aren't the only way to level them up anymore.
Yeah,
like, it's a completely different system. Like,
I can see that.
Those tasks that we know as of right now don't exist.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could see something like that. With in-game, the in-game trader thing. I don't know if I believe it. Like, I don't believe it's going to work the way they want it to work with Lighthouse Trader, and I think that's why they're trying to do it this way.
Okay.
I think it's a test to see if in-game traders will actually work. I just see a lot of holes with camping around it. And then especially with all these RMT changes, like how I can only bring in a certain amount of rubles to purchase from him, or do I have access to my entire stash once I get to him? You know, like what, like, do I have to bring money with me? Do I not have to bring money with me? How am I standing there buying from him and someone can still shoot me? Do I phase in? Do I phase out? Can you camp the phasing areas? Can only so many people be like, it's just, there's so many variables here that I don't think, you know, obviously we're not going to get the information on that because they're trying to figure it out. I think once Lighthouse Keeper comes out in Lighthouse, whenever that is, you're going to see how that works and how they're going to answer those questions. And until I see that, I don't know if I can say like, oh, we're going to get a revamped trader system. Until I see how they do all of those variables that go into an in-game trader.
Okay.
Because like even, you know, I think like Fortnite has in-game traders. You walk up, you pay them a couple gold bars, and you change this really quick. But they have like 2 options.
Yeah.
And it drops on the ground, you take it, and you run away. Tarkov's a little different. Like, I gotta play Tetris here. I have to bring money. I have to bring rubles. Like, it's, you know, I just don't know how that works, or if they're like, excuse me, I'm dying.
Yeah, sounds like it. Pardon our break here as Ender's over there dying and recovering still.
1 hour later.
And that's the fun of not being live. Dude, like,
well,
these
we were
alligators
live, I
fucking kicking my ass,
chatted.
dude.
Struggling.
Yeah. So back to what you were saying. It's not that I don't have the same optimism that you have in the game. I just know that when it comes to development decisions and the people that are making the decisions and wants versus what's really going to be able to happen, it's always a trade-off for less. Like less happens than what you really want because of what you can do in the time frame that they're talking about. I think the plus side to Tarkov, there's no time frame. So I think we will get what we want, just not as fast. I think people have to hold off and be like, it's gonna take a while for them to develop the way they want to, and this is always gonna be a game where I think every year you might be going in a little bit of a different direction. Yeah, you might have to change and shift in order to meet that overarching goal, but they got a good core base. They've got a fun game. They got to get their hacker shit together from what we learned. Like, they really need to just, I think, just get a better anti-cheat out there than what they have. But as we know, I think there's some backdoor, how many accounts are we selling, blah, 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 money. We're not really doing anything else.
There's definitely that worry for sure. I mean, we can't, obviously we don't know for fact and we can't confirm it, but
I'm not even going to go to the route because I know, well, I don't know. I would hope that Nikita and the group of devs are less inclined to keep the game riddled with hackers to make $1. Like, I just don't know if I really believe that sentiment because this is your baby. You've been doing this forever. Seeing people ruin the game for people, I just don't think I could stand for that, regardless of the amount that I'm making. Now, there's always a number, and maybe that number is a whole lot higher than what we really think it is. But I just don't think they're making that much off of it. It's not Call of Duty numbers. It's not Halo numbers.
No.
Like, it's none of those. So I don't think they're in the realm of like, all right, let me figure out how many houses and how many, Lamborghinis I want money. So I just don't think it's there where you could make those trade-offs of like putting Godzilla and King Kong in your game and having them not fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're at that point. I think we'll go ahead and...
Sad.
What's up?
It would be sad.
It would definitely be sad, and it would be I'd stop playing. Like if I found out that was like their main goal behind it was just to leave it the way it is and just try to make money off of it that way, yeah, I'm out. But I don't believe that at all. I just think if I'm them, I'm putting more of my stuff into the dev project of finishing the game. Once I launch the game as a whole, then I'll go back and revamp my hacker system, if I'm prioritizing stuff in a certain way. Like I just feel like that's the way they would end up doing it in the beginning, because it's like the wipe system kind of helps them at the end of the day. The hacker wipe system helps. So if the wipe system goes away, it actually starts to lower that problem a little bit too. We can talk about that on another day. Do you have any end thoughts that you want to bring up for this one? I know we're kind of all over the place tonight. Didn't have a true agenda.
No. But I think one of the things we're looking forward to get into is starting to interview some of the other streamers.
Yes.
Kind of lower viewer count, and some of them higher viewer count. Kind of a little bit all over the place. We're gonna reach out to some people, and we're gonna bring them on and get their take. Again, we're kind of hitting this wall, right? Of I don't really know what else to talk about other than the stuff we've been doing. I mean, I know every day it seems like on Twitter there's something new coming out. Nikita or I will say this. One thing is super frustrating. If you want to follow their news, you got to follow Nikita. You got to follow Battlestate Games. You got to follow Escape from Tarkov, and they're all posting different things. It's like this big puzzle that's not endearing.
Well,
it's
then
stupid.
You also have to follow some of the individual therapists,
the trader
or
Twitters.
They have the trader Twitters in there too. I haven't seen anything groundbreaking in those. Now, I will say their Discord has everything in one spot.
Okay.
So the Discord will pull it all together, but it's not as quick as Twitter. It takes a little bit. So if you're on their Discord, there is a news section in their Discord, and I believe it pulls from all of those sources to keep it updated. I could be completely wrong on that, but every time I go to their Discord, it seems to have the official tweets. Well, no, maybe it is just all Battlestate tweets. Never mind. It is all just Battlestate tweets.
Yeah, see?
So you do have to follow Nikita's thing as well. I thought they combined it, but they didn't. I just looked inside.
You got to follow everything.
So yeah, and I don't like that. I don't think that your announcement should come from Nikita's personal Twitter. I get you're the dev, but I think you need to run that through either your Escape from Tarkov or Battlestate. Choose one. That's going to be your official.
You should have a community.
Outlet.
It's almost like they don't really have a community manager.
No. Well, they do.
They just don't let them be front and center.
It's a lady. I can't think of her name.
Do you think that he just likes being the limelight?
Yes.
What is it? Sean Murray is at the Hello Games, the No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But at least in his fairness, most of the stuff about the game is coming just from him. Not a little bit from him, and a little bit from Hello Games, and a little bit from No Man's Sky. It's just him.
I think Nikita wants to be a character of the game, and wants to be part of. I think he wants himself to be part of the lore of the game, and he's kind of the puppet master that pulls all the strings. I think he definitely likes that side of it all. Yeah, but they do have a community manager. I can't think of her name. I know it's in their wiki. If you go to their wikis, she's there. But again, it's a small company, so you never really know how much control the community manager. What control do you have over the CEO? If he's gonna say something, he's gonna say something. You can't really stop. The owner, creator, maker, CEO. You're not really gonna stop him.
Yeah.
So you could say they don't have one. Well, yeah, she could be doing the hardest work in the world and still can't control it. I mean, I know we started this with calling you Mr. President, but we did have a president that couldn't stay off of Twitter, and it's put the damn Twitter down, please. So we've seen what Twitter can do. To not only making it complicated for you to understand what's going on in a video game, but make it complicated to know what's going on in your own country at the same time. Twitter can destroy all, and now Elon's got a hold of it, so who knows what's going to happen in the future. It's going to just take us to space or something. I don't know. All right, well, thank you for everyone that's listening here. If you're listening on the podcast platforms. Hopefully it's, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other ones. I can't think of it. There's like 97,000 podcast outlets
pretty much
now.
anything you can get your audio podcast is going to be there.
We'll be there.
Hopefully, though, let us know in the comments what you want.
So
us
the
to
one
talk
we're
about.
not on, and I'm trying to get us there, is actually Audible. Like, it's been pretty hard to get on Audible, so I apologize if you use Audible for your podcast. It's been kind of difficult to get onto that one. There's a long wait for it. But we are on Amazon Podcasts, the music, so you can find it there. I'm just not sure why Audible is so difficult. And then we also have the YouTube video that'll be out for you to be able to watch on YouTube as well. And we thank all of the returning customers. And I did kind of want to say, and I'm not going to mention names because I don't know if they wanted it brought up, but it's in there. We love seeing all the comments. And I do know that I am very difficult sometimes to convince differently, as one of our viewers put out there. But I tried to be less combative today. Gave James his thoughts, so I hope you noticed that.
You gave me your thought. You gave me my thoughts because you didn't know what we were going to talk about.
No one needs to know that. That I was not prepared for anything today, and have been fighting a cold. And my daughter lost her prized pony today, so we didn't have that going to bed. So she didn't want to go to sleep.
A real pony?
No. She had oh God, I don't know.
You made this sound like a racehorse.
Oh, so she has one that she can ride, like a little mechanical pony that she can ride.
Oh,
it's
okay.
I
don't know if that's what you called the family dog. Or
no,
you actually
well,
still have a
I
pony.
bet she could. Well, our old one she couldn't. The new puppy is taller than the old one. He's a big ass dog. But so when she was born, my mother-in-law bought her a little stuffed animal from the gift shop of the hospital, and gave it to her. It has been her prized possession from the day she was born. She's had it her entire life. It is the most disgusting, ratty, it was white. It's like gray now. We've watched it so many times. But you cannot find another one, because it was this one-off run of Valentine's Day, a little heart on the butt, Valentine's Day stuff. So you know what we did? We took pictures of it and sent it to this place that does custom animals for you. Like, if you lose a stuffed animal, they'll recreate one for you. So we were so paranoid of losing this thing, we did it. It cost us $600 to make this fucking stuffed animal. And when we get it, it's 3 times bigger than the one she has, because I got the dimensions wrong. And we don't even have a backup for it. So we have this nasty freaking pony that we had to find, and we lost it today. And actually, right when we started, I got the tweet from my wife. It's like, pony has been found. We're okay. So, that was the drama, and why we had to start so late today was because we could not find this stuffed animal. And she is screaming, bawling her eyes out that we couldn't find it. I'm like, I don't know what to do. It isn't there. You'll get there. You're not there yet. But your son will grab a hold of something, and, oh, man.
There's some things, not a lot, but there's
when he finds the thing, buy duplicates.
No matter what.
Switch them out often so they stay clean. The problem is even if we found it now, it is so dirty and so nasty that you would know the second we switched it out. There's nothing we can do. Oh, it's hideous. I think she's getting sick from the pony. It's so gross.
No.
Oh, dude, we're afraid to wash it now. So we hand wash it. We won't put it in the washer. So it's hand washed so it doesn't get damp. She will not go to sleep if she doesn't have this thing. She will not. It's insane. Anyway, that should be for your parents' first gaming.
Yeah.
How hard is it to get the kids to sleep before you can go ahead and do a podcast? Anyway. All right. That's all I got today. I think that's everything you got. We're going to start doing some more interviews of I'm looking forward to that. Thank you everybody for listening to us today. If you have anything that you would like us to talk about, please hit us up on social media. You can find me. I'm trying the Twitterverse. So you can find me at I am.
How's it going? How's the Twitterverse going? That's what I want to know.
Oh my God, I'm so old. I don't know how to use it. I don't get it, but I'm there. So if you can DM me, I am Ender_TV on Twitter. I also got the TikToks. I'm working on the TikToks now.
Hey, your TikTok video I made on my channel's got over 300 views.
Yeah, all my TikToks right now are my fails. I just have a bunch of fails.
Hey, those are the most fun. That's why we work for Last Choice Network.
Yeah. So you can find me on TikTok again. I am Ender_TV, and also on Twitch. Pretty much every day on Twitch, except for Saturdays most of the time. Check out the SCAV Report on YouTube. Again, the videos aren't going to be coming out as often, but as we do our, if you want to see them as fast as possible, check out the Twitch on Twitch every day, because I'll have whatever's going on that day as the beginning of my stream. So James, where can people find you on the social medias?
They can find me at the 3J Gamer on everything, whether it's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch is where you can find me. Also, I started a new series for our fantasy football league called NFL Du Toilette. So if you are a fantasy football fan and you want to follow along and make fun of a bunch of guys that are going to do nothing but hate on each other the whole time, you're welcome to look us up on TikTok or YouTube. So hope to see you guys there.
I have no words for this whole.
Hey, I made a video today.
I know. I have no words.
It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
You're mildly impressing me. I'll give you that. I'm mildly impressed. I'm not overly impressed, but I'm mildly impressed.
You know what else I did? Give me some credit. I learned, so what's sitting in front of me in that video is the Stream Deck, and I finally learned how to use it.
God, how long have you had that thing?
Listen, let's not discuss that, but I'm saying that I'm using all the tools, and my mic is right there, but I was able to cut it out.
Nice. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. This has been the SCAV Report. We're out.
Later.